Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is FPL Elma. So we're going to be going through my UEFA Matchday 2 team selection as well as my Predict 6 and some transfer thoughts in there as well. But before we get into that, I think we are 5 subscribers away from 800. So if you're new around here or you're a regular viewer, make sure you hit that sub button, make sure you leave a like, and make sure you hit that bell. Don't miss any content going up on the channel. Hosting any match time. Let's get straight into it. So first, I'm going to start off with my match day one team review. We managed to score 81 points, not the worst points in the world, but still not the best points in the world. I think we are around average, but it is what it is. So we scored 81 points as I've mentioned, and we had Chevalier in goal with 6 points. I think clean sheet for PSG, if I'm not wrong. Hakimi 7 points, clean sheet as well. Romero, clean sheet for 8 points. Calafiori, clean sheet for Arsenal. 7 points for him. Otamendi, unfortunately, conceded. So only 3 points for them. In a fixture, people thought it was going to be an easy fixture. They somehow managed to lose. So crazy how UEFA works, to be honest. Then we had Rafinha 2 points blanking against Newcastle because, of course, Rashford stole the show there. Olise got a lucky assist for 4 points. Then Barcola, I think, also got an assist for 5 points. Haaland and Pavlidis scored goals, 6 and 7, respectively. And Mbappe with 2 goals and an assist for 26 points. Was my captain. He was also man of the match, picking up 26 points for me. Then on the bench, I had Garcia from Barcelona with 3 points, Simons 3 points, Hilson 3 points, and Goulet 2 points. That was the team for match day one. Not the best scoreline, but not the worst scoreline. So now let's look at what match day two has in store for us. So first off, we're going to start off with the defenders and goalkeepers for match day two. We're going to be having Chevalier and Joan Garcia as our goalkeepers, but of course, Joan Garcia is going to be out for some time. But I'm not going to waste a transfer on a goalkeeper unless I'm using my wild card. So Joan Garcia is going to have to stay in the team, and have the Chevalier can be able to perform better than better than expected, because I'm sure this is going to be a tough match. Maybe a chicken nil. I think it's not going to happen, especially now that Yamal is back. But we'll have to wait and see. So Chevalier in goal, the same as Joan Garcia. Then to the defenders, going to have Romero against Bodo Glimt. I feel a clean sheet there. I expect them to be very, very solid, and it'll help for some ball recoveries as well, and maybe a corner goal as well to go alongside that. Then we have Calafiori against Olympic Lyon. We also in match day one how very good defensively they looked against Bilbao. They looked very, very compact. As I just said, they're the best defensive team in the UEFA in UEFA right now. So it's only right to have an Arsenal defender. And of course, I've gone for the cheapest one in Calafiori, hoping for a clean sheet and hoping that there won't be any rotation risk with Miles Lewis Kelly or Hincapi. Hope Calafiori is going to start. Then the other defender is going to be Huijsen from Real Madrid playing against Kairat. Of course, I expect a clean sheet in this fixture. And I'd also go further to say I expect maybe a goal contribution, whether it's a goal or an assist. I think it's very capable against a very poor opposition in on paper. Then we have Otamendi against Chelsea. With the way Chelsea are playing at the moment, I wouldn't even mind having Otamendi in there. There might be huge potential for a clean sheet, but if not clean sheet, there might be huge potential for a goal on the other side as well. So Otamendi is going to stay in the team. Then finishing off the defense, they're going to be having Hakimi. Of course, very tough fixture against Barcelona. And PSG do have a lot of injuries, especially for Marquinhos. I'm not sure if Pacho is back, but Pacho was rumored to be out as well. So very weakened defensive team. But all I can say is that with the way Barcelona play that extremely high line, I think the likes of Hakimi can be able to exploit that with their explosive pace. And I thought that's going to be the case. So that's the goalkeeping and the defending. Now let's look at the midfield. So this is how the midfield is going to be looking like. Going to be having Olise against Parfos in there. I think it's a no-brainer to have two or three Bayern Munich players, but I'm going to have two. You can already guess the other one even without me showing it. Olise playing against Parfos, hoping for a better performance from that Chelsea fixture in match day one. And with 2 goals or something like that, will come a very long way. Then you have Bacola against Barcelona. I'm not so sure if Bakola is going to be fit because he was rumored to be out as well for this fixture. But all I hope it is going to be fit because I don't want to use a transfer in there. And then we have Adagule against Kairat. Of course, now Bellingham is back. It's going to be interesting to see who's going to start between Goulet and Kairat. Although against Atletico Madrid, they both played together. So interesting to see how that's going to move on forward in this partnership with Bellingham so far this season. Then you have Xavi Simons against Bodo Glimt. Not my favorite purchases for fantasy, but he was a cheap option, and I thought, why not go for him? So he's going to be in there. I hope he can be able to replicate something he did during that Europa League run for Spurs. Then you have Yildiz finishing off the midfield. I think I'm going to be transferring him in. I'm going to be transferring in out Rafinha, who is injured at the moment. He's not going to feature in match day two. There's only right to transfer him out. I'm going to bring in Yildiz, and you're going to see why I've chosen to go for slightly more affordable midfielder instead of the obvious ones. So that's the midfield. Looks pretty solid. Looks pretty full of goals. Now let's look at what the forward line has in store for us. So this is how the forward line is going to be looking like. Going to be having Mbappe against Kairat. I expect thrashing this fixture. I know that Mbappe can be able to score a hat trick or maybe even more. Then you have Kane against Pafos. I'm also expecting this to be a relatively easy fixture for Paphos. I mean, sorry, for Kane. That's going to be a very easy game for them. And I expect a hat trick in that fixture, if I'm being honest. Then to finish off the team, we're going to be having Haaland against Monaco. Of course, did score 2 goals and got an assist against Burnley. And then you can just say it's only Burnley, but he still managed to contribute in that fixture and he looked really, really, really good. And I hope that he can continue in that form this season and hope that against Monaco he can be able to perform. But that's the team for match day two. Looks pretty solid. Let me know down in the comments whether you'd use your wild card or you save it for match day three, where I think I'm going to be using the wild card. So with this my team selection. Now let's look at my predict six for match day two. So these are my predictions for match day two. My predict six. I've gone 2-0 Atletico Madrid Frankfurt only for the reason that Atletico Madrid are going to be very buzzing after winning the Madrid derby. So I've gone for 2-0 in there. Then you have Bodo Glimt versus Spurs. Of course, they did play together in the Europa League, and Spurs won that very, very comfortably across two legs. That's why I've gone 3-1. Then you have Barca versus PSG. I've gone 1-1 just because PSG have a lot of very, very bad injuries. And the only way I can think of there being a 1-1 is that PSG are going to come out defensively since they're going to be missing Marquinhos and maybe Pacho. A lot of things to consider. So that's why I just gone for the safe side and I've gone 1-1. Then the other fixture is Arsenal versus Olympiacos. I don't think Olympiacos are going to score, but I think Arsenal are going to have 3 goals in them. So I've gone 3-0. Then we have Napoli versus Sporting. To be honest, I just gone for Napoli because they did look very, very good in the game they played in the Serie A. I've gone 1-0 in that. And finally, the last game, I've gone 2-2 for Dortmund versus Bilbao. The reason I've done that is because we just experienced a 4-4 the other day. So they're going to be very open defensively, Dortmund. So and I hope that is going to be the case. I hope it's going to end 2-2. Those are my match day two predictions, my match day two team selection. And yeah, if you've managed to reach this far, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.